There's some discussion in the US training that just says it's basically VFR with no points, but technically a VFR plan can have the points that you'll visit along the way. The way they did it last time is like each of the nav points, but yeah, kind of VFR, it doesn't really matter what you file as long as you're flying under the right altitude. I mean, I guess technically it's got the 530 in it, so it's still G because it can get. Maybe not actually, because G's a altitude thing, right? Getting it up to past 24. Yeah, how good is Sim Toolkit? It's awesome. Nice. Nice. Yeah, because so I guess G is just GNSS with no RVSM, so like anything low down, which like that works. Yeah. I reckon we'd still just use G, or we could use L, but it's not going to get up that high, so G is probably fine. Yeah, let me have a look. Maybe it's C90B. Yeah, BE9L looks pretty close to me. It's King Air 90.
Well, that's what we're flying, so we'll be right.
It works for me.
Are you in Shep already? We spawned inside each other. No, fine. Are you here yet or not?
Just connecting.
I wonder if you'll spawn inside me. I actually got the bloody Shep Airport scenery the other day. Surprised that someone made it. Shithole. Your clouds ever go real weird?
They kind of flash occasionally. I'm using the XP weather or something, so occasionally it like reloads and redraws them all. It's a bit strange.
Yeah, mine does that, but I don't know if you've if you have a look at my stream at the moment on YouTube, you'll see what my clouds do. They're weird. They're like all stretched out. Exactly the best weather for us today, aren't
Yeah, real weather is going to be fun flying VFR today.
So what do we file for the flight plan for this day?
We could just file the beginning and end, which is actually just going to be Shepparton and Shepparton.
What the hell? Unknown aircraft type. Unable to file plan. What the fuck? That'll make it interesting. Won't it? It's seen as a BE-20. Ah, what is going on? Alright, so what's the second last airport we are going to?
We'll go from Shepparton to.
Jeez, my brother's calling me.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright, try and figure out how to fire this thing up.
So it's relatively easy. Obviously, your ground power is top left, on the left-hand side.
Ah, yeah, ground power easy.
External power. Then you put your battery on. Gen 1 and 2 don't come on until the engine's started. Auto ignition. Oh, I'm reading this from left to right for you, by the way.
Yep.
Auto ignition, both of them are arm. Obviously you want your landing lights, taxi, and nav. Beacon on, and tail flood. Don't turn your strobe on just yet. Then you should be able to up on your left-hand panel, so the one that's like on the door with the 2 gauges.
Yep.
You want the bottom left one on, and the middle right one on. They're your boost pumps.
Yep.
And then you should be able to put your right fuel cutoff to about halfway, the right engine.
I see him, yep.
Make sure your parking brake set, which is under the yoke. center by memory. In the left,
Yep.
sorry. Yeah, and then you should be able to hold down on the right ignition start, which is on the far left side. And, or I forget, quickly arm the auto feather.
Good as gold.
You hold it for 3 or 4 seconds, it should begin to start for you. And of course, avionics power and whatnot is also on the left sleeve, if I remember. And if I can find it, let me establish where that is again. There it is.
Yeah, it's just next to external power.
Yep. And inverter goes to number 1. Once you begin starting. Got engine number 1 on, so you can go full on the fuel. Leave it to feather down at the bottom for now. Gen 2 on. And repeat the exact same thing with the left engine. I spent so long starting this in VR. It's insane in VR.
Yeah. What are you running for VR? I've looked at it and gone, well, I have enough GPU horsepower for VR to actually not be just a slideshow.
Well, I've got a i9 and a GTX 2080 Ti.
And then headset wise?
I use the Oculus Rift first gen. So not the best one.
Nice.
Works okay. I tend to not use it. Like, the quality of the game really dips in VR. Pretty sad, actually, to be honest. The quality of the game drops so much in VR, but I would say the new VR that's planned to release when the VR VR capability comes to the new flight sim, it'll probably be the best one on the market.
It's true.
Going to retail for about $800. So once your engines are both started, you can put the condition to full. Make sure both your gens are started then, and 1 and 2 next to the battery. And your external power can go off. Now, down on your right hand side, between the seats, you'll see the cabin altitude.
Yep.
Just up from that, there's a switch for EFIS. The top right hand little panel. Click that on and your screens in front of you come on.
Nice.
I think we're pretty much set then. Yeah, altimeter, standby obviously. We're not knowing what we are. I think what, 2200, 2000. I can't remember. Score code. We're not given one. I think it's 2200. Alrighty.
Yeah, we'll just be 1200 today.
And make sure that the ignition and engine start switch is set to back off for both engines. So yeah, when it's starting it flicks to up and then flick it down to off. And then hopefully, if all done correctly, the only light on your instrument panel across the top will be revs not ready.
Yeah, no, advanced those, so yeah, I'm clean.
Right. And flaps for takeoff are normally set to approach. That's what I've found is the best. If you don't set them, it just either will try and fly straight up or won't move. And then your trim is set to 5 takeoff. Now that we're started, strobe light come on, I guess. I don't know about the... I don't even know what the pitot is. Pitot heat. Is that important?
Yeah, that's a good question actually. OAT in this thing is going to be somewhere.
set my altitude. Morning. What are we flying at? 4,000?
Yeah, I guess. Well, if we head west to Benalla first, we'll do what 3,500. Sorry, head east to Benalla.
East. All good.
Man, that's off to a great start, isn't it?
I'm actually just gonna check the heading for that. Vanilla. Our GPS. I don't even know what their fucking airport code is.
I think 154 maybe.
Where were we heading again? West.
I think we take the shorter one if we go east, Benalla, Yankee Bravo, Lima Alpha, and then there's a little loop around there.
Weird how the map says you're flying space shuttle. Very weird. When I get out of my plane and turn around, you are indeed in same aircraft as me.
My CSL must be completely hosed then. You're in like a 206 Caravan.
Interesting.
Yeah, good times.
Oh, actually, I don't even know what you're in. It looks the same as mine, but you've got like a thing on the top of your tail.
That might be the 200 as a T-tail.
Huh? Oh well. Got everything on. Off. Did that anyway. What's an actuator?
Yeah, does this GPS even know about this other airport? I can see it on the map, but you're right. In the in the nearest airports, it is nowhere. But it's it should be 31 nautical miles away.
I have no idea, eh?
Yeah, because you can see it on the map.
Reckon I should sleep for like 3 hours? Probably not true. Your sleep pattern's already buggered. Probably light it and wait till tonight and go to sleep. Flight plan, latest sim brief. Don't tell me my maps are too new for it again. You get that as well?
Yeah, I was like looking at it. The airport exists, but I can't find it in the GPS.
It's YBLN, isn't it?
YBLA.
Vanilla. YBLN in real world is YBLN, from what I remember.
Yeah, I'll see if you can just set it directly, but like the nearest airports doesn't show it.
YBLA. Oh, that's right. I just put it in the GPS.
Oh, that works.
Oh, hold on. Maybe it didn't.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we fly over that one and head on from there.
I wonder whether it's because I don't think we can land in Vanilla. Because I'm pretty sure by memory it's a grass strip.
You know, you are 100% right. It looks like there's 2 grass strips.
Because from memory it's just a, it's like a glider school there.
I'll just go direct to Wangaratta.
Or think that again. Wangaratta. YWGT. Okay, Wangaratta. And move on to in.
Then we can just touch and go in there and head up to Corowa.
Yeah. So we're pretty much heading on east 170, I think. We are heading.
Yeah, it looks like 77.
I'm just gonna adjust my autopilot for that heading, so if I miss it, come back to it. Autopilot panel's down here, bottom right hand corner button. And Shep, I think it's 1632 the runways. 18. And
Yeah, 1836.
excuse me, why is my plane moving?
Parking.
Yeah. I just went to free cam and I was flying through the fucking just I looked down, I was like, oh, I was thinking it was you. Like he's on the move already.
Programming the 530 takes so long. It's the worst.
1836 are our runways. So you wanna take off on 36 and then we'll loop back around and head towards Wangaratta. Probably fly over Benalla.
Yeah,
Towards
we'll
Wangaratta.
wave as we go past.
Yeah. So what's the last airport we'll visit apart from Shep? Because Simbrief
Yarrawonga,
doesn't let me leave.
Yankee Whiskey Golf.
Go. Alright, well my flight plan is filed. What's it got me doing here? Departure via 16. We don't even have a 16 here. Oh, never mind. Read that wrong.
Yeah, I guess we could take 36 out.
Do that, or we could take off 18N.
Yeah, they're both 1/8's closer, isn't it?
Well, we're almost at the end of 3.6 up this end. Bugger it, we'll just taxi down to 1.8 and then take off on the 3.6 end and loop back around.
Yeah, that works. I mean, wind is like 310 anyway.
Flight planning. Now we want to load the latest brief. Did I ask you before whether your sim brief gives you hiccups with your app data?
No, I haven't had too many dramas with it yet.
Do you have Navigraph?
Yep.
Every time I load mine, it says Sim Toolkit Pro Nav Data 1812 and Sim Brief Air AC 2008. Or is there something I'm missing in?
Sounds right.
Well, 2008 is the current active maps for Navigraph.
Yeah, correct.
But Sim Toolkit is having a bit of a hiccup, apparently. Load latest. Yep. And we'll go file now. And then we will go pre-file onto VATSIM. I love the whole pre-file option, hey? It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Saves you a bit of time. Route of flight. So what are we doing? We'll go... what do we put in
May as
for
well
the
just
route of flight?
Chuck touch and goes and do a loop.
Touch, go.
Qantas 177, have you got a DME from Melbourne?
I made Sim Toolkit angry by flying a different plane.
I've got in there touch and glow loop flight, and then what were the airport codes again? YBLA, which we can't land at, but we'll fly
yeah.
over. So.
YWCG,
WG,
YCOR, YYWG.
and back to Y SHT. And our altitude, it's put in 7,000 as a cruise, but we want to sit at what, 3.5? $1,500. Oh, 5. VATSIM password. Cool. There we go. Alright, that's logged. We don't have... What the hell is MDE Centre? Is that Brisbane?
It's the Mudgee Centre.
What's BN stand for? I will remove my brakes and turn back around. Hopefully don't hit other little aircraft sitting here. There's probably nothing here for you, is there? I wouldn't imagine you'd have the ship scenery.
No, I've got bases, so I've got an actual airport, yeah.
Oh, okay. What's your night flying look like? Because mine's fucking shocking. When it's nighttime, like there's no...
It's pretty rough.
Yeah. When it's nighttime, I've got like bare, like bugger all lights and things.
looks like it'll just be Unicom, I guess. All the CTAFs are all over the place, so...
Fair enough. Now, what have you just done programming in?
122 decimal 8.
How was that? 22 decimal 8. Where the hell do I put that? Oh, okay.
The comm radio's the
it's
top
already
left.
there. Decimal 8. Now, are we squawking 1,000? We haven't been assigned on. That works, isn't it?
Yeah, VFR's just 1200 for G class.
Okay, 1200. Change that to 1. Altitude's there for 350.
Yeah, as long as we don't exceed 8,500 feet or 8,500 feet, we're good.
Yep. Well, I filed the flight plan to say our cruise altitude was 3,500.
Yeah, perfect.
Flap set, everything else. Cabin air we can decrease a little bit. Lead air valves, we don't need that, do we? No smoking on. I think we're all set for that.
Call it QNH 1014.
Where the hell do I set that on this plane?
Now that is a good question.
I don't even think I have it. Ought to be here.
It's in the altimeter. So, yeah, altimeter has a set knob on the bottom left.
Bottom left.
Keep going left, and you see the 1015 in the middle of the gauge.
Oh yeah, 1015. Oh yeah, that little thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard to spot, but it makes sense now.
So what was it being set to?
1014.
Okay. So can we chat on Unicom? Like we could say departing via 32 and so on.
Yeah, so all that should go over Unicom. Have you seen the CASA VFR comms? Like, there's a single dock for it, which is actually pretty nice.
I don't know, I was trying to find some of it, but I haven't even been flying
Yeah, here,
like
I'll
3 or
flick it
4
to you.
days. Departing via... let's see. And on Discord, did you? Yep. Oh, we've got to be at or above 5,000 feet. Alright? Or is that if we're
Where do you see that?
first page? No, I think that's if we're in non-controlled airspace, you must carry your radio when you're at or above 5,000 feet. The vicinity of aerodromes that are certified, registered, military.
Oh yeah, if you jump
And
down to
format
page
and
4, there's
phraseology.
there's the phraseology for the circuits and other traffic.
Oh yeah. You must make it roll.
Takes a bit of getting used to though if you've been used to the IFR stuff.
Yeah. It would be escape. In this case, step in traffic. King Air. Yankee X-ray. Departing via. Going by 36. Horrible. VFR. IFR. Departing via 36. Okay, that's not that hard. Alright, back in the cockpit, and I'm ready to go if you are. Have you put all the checkpoints into your radio?
Yeah, I just chucked them all in, just to give us some rough bearings, and then we can go from there.
How do I add an extra? Alright, I'm gonna do this.
God, the push-pull thing on the altitude set is a bit tedious.
How do you add extra waypoints?
Let's have a look. Jump in flight planning, so if you press FPL,
Yeah, I'm in that. And
then press the cursor. So right cursor.
oh yeah, scroll down. There we go.
Yeah, I really hate the 530 to be honest. It's awful to work with.
So reset that.
Yeah, so from that view, if you press your bottom right cursor, then the outer knob, it'll scroll down to the next waypoint.
Yeah, I got that. I'm just trying to remember the aircraft
And then-
codes and the pattern that we're doing.
Roger.
What's yours? Why? What's yours from top to bottom? Because I've got, what was it? Wangaratta.
Charlie Oscar Romeo is next. Wyatt COR.
No? Oh. Yep. Yeah, that one. Yankee. What was the next one?
Next one is YYG. Sorry, YYWG.
Okay. Wonga, accept. And the next one is we can land in Chuka. So what's the one after the YYWG? Yours?
Back to Shepparton.
I think that's right.
YSHD.
How do you check this? So I've got YWG, YCOR, YWG, and then it's YSHT, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I got.
Y. And the plugin you can get so you can do little stuff via your phone. Like just twist it. Okay. Yep. Alrighty. Got all that there, so first heading 078 353 249 220. Right. I am ready to go when you are.
Sweet. Off we go then.
We don't have to announce taxi, do we?
Yeah, down to 36.
236, or are we taking 18 and taking off 36?
Fuck, whatever works.
Well,
It's not like the
36
wind's
is
too
like
bad.
behind me, and I think, are you facing my way as well?
Yeah, I am. Let's take 18.
Just a taxi there, I think, and then we can announce it normally, can't we? I think normally we would announce taxiing, but considering it's only us two.
Yeah, we'll just taxi. What? Yeah, once we taken off and announced.
The thing I hate with this aircraft is that it once you start taxiing, go.
Jeez, these toe brakes take some getting used to.
I think I have. I don't have my toe brake available. This aircraft to me with my controller. That's
Yeah, and
good.
it's kind of weird actually when you get used to steering, like ground steering with the rudder, and then you have toe brakes as well. It gets a bit
Yeah.
wild.
How much runway do we need for this aircraft? I'm just wondering, do we have to taxi all the way up left? I've got no idea.
Let's see if they actually tell us. It's 826 meters, so we got yeah, got heaps.
If we go from here,
Yeah, I mean the total length is nearly 1300, so
might just have to rotate a little bit early and take it a
Yep.
gradual. Alright, so my call sign. Or do we do that after takeoff? The VFR. I normally don't fly VFR, so.
when you're entering that you're lining up on it.
Ah,
So
okay.
you don't call a takeoff.
Start break off. We're taking off 36.
Taking off on 1-8.
Taking on 18 now. And traffic, Echo Yankee X-ray taking south fire runway 18. Traffic. Righty. Good to go.
Happy days.
Was it great? You're up.
Shipment and traffic, King Air, Golf Papa Lima, lining up 18. Shipment.
Is that Tom? No, it's not. Sorry, I didn't see him.
It gets off the ground pretty well.
Yeah, it does. About to get 3-5.
Jeez, just can't even see you in this fog though.
Not wrong. Might, where are we? Fix pilot preferences. I just changed your tag so I can see you at 50 nautical miles.
That is a good call. That helps a lot.
Altered my heading as well. Bit off course. This plane just loves to climb though, very much.
Mate, it's a beast, eh?
My trim right now is set to like heading, like it should be going down, and I'm at 5,000. Shit. Come on, start going down. There we go. Continues to go down just gradually. And we can reduce the power just a little bit. Don't need to burn the engines out. And we can turn the taxi light off now. Suppose I finished my lunch. We're just chilling.
It does get a bit like that once you're actually up. You're like, well, I guess I'm done now.
Yeah. I like those flights you can be a little bit more involved with.
Yeah, 30 miles is not really that much, especially when you're like nearly 160 knots.
Yeah. Do a little bit, sort of bump my mouse, and it's like barrel roll.
It's so twitchy, eh?
It is.
Yeah, actually, one of the biggest issues with the controller is the buttons for the throttle, where you're like, no, I don't need 10% throttle, please just 1% at a time.
Yeah, that's it. Trying to like go from 0 to 100 mode tomorrow.
The Dash 8 is the worst. Like trying to get it slow enough to land when you're like 50%, press the button once, 40%. It's either sinking out of the sky or it's just never going to land.
Yeah, so you spend the whole descent going up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, the Shep to Melbourne return flight isn't that bad. It's about an hour in total.
Yeah, it's so weird on those things when you're like, man, we haven't even climbed. You basically feel like you just hit the peak of the climb and then they start descending again. Like, Sydney to Port Macquarie, it just feels pointless, like even climbing.
Yeah, you're like, why didn't we just sit at 1,000 feet?
Yeah, it's just bug smashed the whole way there. What I would give for a real trim wheel. Every time you click on it, it decides to like max out either way.
Yeah, that's it. There's no in between. Yeah, me and the bloke that I fly with a lot on this, Like, what we'll do, we'll get big on YouTube or something, and buy a full cockpit.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we looked it up just as a joke. Like $109,000 US for a full cockpit.
Yeah, I don't know how guys go when it's like, okay, I have this whatever, like a say 737-800 cockpit, and then you're like, I want to fly something else today. Like, does your heart just like break a little bit, or?
Yeah, you'd think so. Or you'd be like, geez, what a cockpit upgrade. Pity I can only use half the buttons. Yeah, that honeycomb one I was looking at, you have the option to adjust the throttle, so if you're flying smaller aircraft, you can set it to be like the fuel cutoff, condition, throttle.
It looks so good.
Yeah, alter it around so it's like one flap, 2 engines. So on.
I mean, that's the way to do it, right?
Hmm.
Surely we have enough airspeed for barrel rolls straight over a tower.
Jesus. Apparently I'm way off course at the moment. Trying to eat my burger. I got that new burger from Hungry Jack's, the Big Jack or something.
It's hard to go wrong there.
Essentially a Big Mac, but made at Hungry Jack's. Surely a barrel roll. Not exactly a safe thing to do. Need like a little robin or something to do barrel rolls in, eh?
Yeah, I'm not sure these would pull it off. I mean, they probably though.
I've done one before in this. It did. I mean, I dropped 1,900 feet or something by the time I got the full one done. So
Yeah, from 3,500, it may be a bit interesting.
may or may not end up on the ground.
I prefer to think of it as a rapid landing.
Short final.
That's the one.
And not short final landing, short final death. Is there even anyone around us? I think it's just us two, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks pretty lonely. There's a couple coming over, but they're at like 25,000. Yeah, the lowest one is at flight level 250, so I don't think we'll see them.
Yeah, I just checked the map then. The guy between us is at like 32,000. Imagine being him and just seeing us come straight up from under him.
Yeah, that's when you pop the barrel roll.
Yeah, that's it. You're like, what in the fuck? So were we landing at Yarrawonga like touch and go?
They may as well keep it interesting.
Alright, well we're gonna have to change our heading just a little bit then. Looking at the map. They be what? A west to south landing.
Yeah, it's 3618 is the longer runway. There's a grass one otherwise.
Yeah, well the longer one comes across from the west, wouldn't it be? In the map?
Yeah, we could just pick up the bottom of it, come in on base, and then turn final.
Yeah. Do that, I reckon. We're only at 3,000 feet. Let descent a little bit. Come on, plane, I didn't mean it like that. Begin a descent, it's like 6,000 feet per minute.
Yeah, the trim wheel, man, it is a real pain.
Yeah, bit. Do you adjust the trim via your mouse, or do you have something set on you?
Nah, each time you try and click it, it's just either wildly maxes out. I never actually did find the thing that was causing it to go full nose down, so it's must have been an X-plane bug or something.
I just have mine, so I use my mouse to adjust.
Yeah, that works for me so far.
Whole fly, I forgot to put the flaps up.
Take that fuel consumption.
Yeah, I was like, why am I still sitting at like 140? Turning back into the runway now. What one runway are we aiming for?
Call it 36.
Go Yankee X-ray. When we're out of traffic. On final for run. Please. Big gear down. Laps to approach. Can't do touch and go without buddy without gear.
I mean, you could kiss it and go. In props may not last.
Yeah, fine with the runway lights. It's not exactly the best, is it?
Anchor out of traffic, Beach King Golf Papa Lima, 10 nautical miles west, runway 36. Anchor out.
landing lights back on. I got no runway lights down here at all. I should be able to almost see it.
Yeah, it's just blank.
Yeah. Like I'm only 3 minutes away. Are we just straight touch and go?
That works for me. Apparently taking a ground level tour makes the ground proximity very angry. How do I do my sightseeing if I'm at 2,000 feet, you know?
Yeah.
There's no fun in that.
I got the runway and stuff. I have landing lights, believe it or not. And the
Not that
runway
you can
lights
see
have
them.
appeared. Not wrong.
I got the runway vision.
We have to report runway stuff.
On final, yeah.
Yarrawonga traffic. Yarrawonga traffic. Wangaratta traffic. Echo Yankee X-ray on field final runway 36. Jeez, where did I put Yarrawonga from? They definitely don't have much of an airport here.
Yeah, I literally just see a runway.
Yeah. Oh no. It was a bit rough, but we got there.
Perfect.
I stalled out right at the last minute.
Wangaratta traffic, Beach King Golf Papa Lima, 3 mile final, runway 36, Wangaratta.
Yeah, VR flying is a whole nother level. Insane.
Wanker out of traffic, Beach King Golf for Par Lima, clear runway 36. Wanker out of.
I forgot to do that.
That just worked. Looked a bit hairy there, but I forgot the landing flaps. But anyway.
Jeez.
I tidied that up now.
Yeah, I forgot to put the flaps up. You forgot to put them down.
High speed landings, that's the way.
Away.
I gotta admit though, there's the pedals are awesome for keeping that center line on, because I don't know, it's just far too unco to try and do with a controller.
Yeah. Well, see, my right stick on my controller does my pedals.
Yeah, it's like you get stuck trying to choose between like pressing the radio or holding the rudder. So in a crosswind, you're like crabbing along, you let go of the rudder and press the radio button. You're like, well,
Yeah, that's it.
approach.
Tell you what, I suck at staying on course in a VFR.
Yeah, no autopilot is much harder. You just get this wandering, crazy line every.
Might just put the autopilot on for heading lock.
Yeah, that's the thing. Then in 20 miles, well, 10 miles, we're pretty much into the next one.
No, got to adjust the heading. It was trying to take me back to where we just were. Okay. Fun fact, the altitude hold only works when the autopilot is actually on.
Yeah, that's a good one. Geez, you're not wrong, eh? It's just climbs for days.
Yeah.
Yeah, end up trimming it down.
Yeah, that landing wasn't the best apparently, according to Sim Toolkit.
Yeah, mine was pretty rough.
I got
Where'd you come in?
recorded landing at 1140 feet per minute
Oh.
of 4.52 Gs.
Okay, I
Wasn't that
pulled
bad?
off much better then. It was minus 300 at 1.71.
Jesus, if only I'd done that. Yeah, I come in at 85 knots, apparently. I was too low, and then last minute I had to just gun it to make the runway.
Yeah, what are we going for at Karawa? There's like 2 runways, confusingly called 2-3 and 3-2.
I don't know. Suppose we'll head to the left a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we can always join the circuit for 2-3 and then just depart off west.
Yep. Am I going the right way?
Yeah, I realize I'm like shooting under you at like nearly 200 knots. That's probably done.
Probably start our descent. I was still at 6,000 feet, so probably should alter that just a little. Am I going for the right one runway?
Well, there's two, and they're like equal lengths, so
Pretty much lining up for this one by the look of the map. Don't know what number it is.
God, my trim is all over the place. The beep of the autopilot, and you're like, oh, your nose down, nearly 15 degrees.
Send a little bit heavier, or I'm not making this. You going around to the right, or is that not you?
Yeah, I might just hook around to the right and let you descend straight in if that's easier.
Alright. I don't even know the runway number, what I'm landing on.
Uh, 3-2, I guess. So if you can come in on the 320, you'll be roughly there.
I don't know. I think I'm on the right heading.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a bit wild for you. Unless you're coming in on 05, maybe. How high up yet?
Can't even see the runway at this point.
Sync rate. Thinking.
I'm getting every alert under the sun, so see how we go.
Yeah, apparently there's no weather there either, so I can't even tell you.
Sync rate.
Oh, there's the runway. Don't know what number it is. Where are we?
1,000.
Korowa.
What number?
Sync rate.
You'll be 05.
Alright, traffic, Echo Yankee X-ray on short funnel 05.
Sync rate. 500. Too low. Gear. 400. Sync rate. 300.
Oh my god. This is the worst landing I've ever done.
Can we beat 1,000? It's a high score.
40. 30. 20.
I haven't even touched down yet.
10.
That was better. And take off again. I mean, the crosswind on 5 was insane.
Yeah, that's one thing I can't find in this plane is the wind, so it could be fun.
Or traffic, Echo Yankee X-ray, clear runway 5.
Euro traffic, Beach King Golf Papa Lima on 7 mile final, runway 32, Corolla.
If I could see the runway, that is.
Don't worry, it comes in the side in the last like, I don't know, 6 meters.
Where was it? Was so Nanango doesn't actually have a strip in real life, but when I checked it out, it was like literally the tree line and then 3 degrees to the touchdown. I see it now. Yep.
Apparently my autopilot was still on.
That's how they get you.
That's why I think I thought I had such a large crosswind. It was trying to fight me.
It's just rolling you the whole way.
That one was better. Negative 393.
There you go.
With autopilot enabled.
Yeah. I gotta admit the virtual airline stuff where they're like, oh yeah, just if you could land anything less than negative 100, you're like, nah, impossible.
Unable.
Yeah, that's right. All landings are positive landings. At least 400.
I had one the other night that I think it was 102 or something, negative 102. That's a bad landing.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I did get one that was like 0.
Just float your whole way down.
Pretty much. Coming into angle, and then yeah, just floated in. Yeah, I think I got it at like 3 or 4 inches off the ground and then just floated.
From where I'm looking right now, it looks like I'm about to land on taxiway, but I'm pretty sure this is a runway.
I'm gonna hope for your sake it is.
Yeah, literally the runway end lights are in the other runway.
Huh? What? Talking to yourself. Hmm? Jesus. Are you in a mood?
Euro traffic, Beach King Golf Papa Lima, clear runway 32, Corolla.
Well, it was a runway after all. But yeah, a little bit rough at 496.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Bank angle. Bank angle.
Yeah, I missed the runway.
Oh jeez, it comes up quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, I went around.
Sink rate. Sink rate. 1,000.
Gear down, flaps down. Now my mum's trying to call me as I'm trying to land.
The best time.
My partner rang me last night as I was trying to land at Sydney in very busy traffic.
500. 400.
Yarrawonga traffic, Beach King, Golf Papa Lima, 8 nautical miles to the east. Yarrawonga.
300.
Well, I'm like 2 feet from the runway, so it's a bit late now to call it out.
Yeah, you're pretty much ground traffic at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Getting better at the landing.
Yeah, 0-1 is a reasonable headwind.
No. I'm off the runway, but we're off the ground. Oh, what's going on with my live map? It's playing up big time. Yarrawonga traffic, Echo Yankee X-ray clear, runway 01. I mean, that one was a better landing than the other two.
Ah, perfect.
393 to 284. Getting better.
Yeah, that's the idea.
I don't know how it is. I seem to do better in the bigger jets than I do the bloody small ones.
Yeah, I mean, the Cessna's pretty easy once you get the idea because it's so slow, but these things kind of rocket.
Yeah, just a little bit. One thing I love about the whole VATSIM network is that we have the ability to play different games and still be seen in each other's.
Yeah, man,
Sim.
it's so good. Especially like with 2020 around the corner, everyone who's still like stuck on older gear or whatever, like the great unwashed will be able to jump in as well.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I had no idea that it actually linked up with like P3D and everything.
I'm pretty sure I
Absolutely.
technically can't join a circuit on the final, but anyway, we're doing it.
That's why we're 11 minutes away. I'm not gonna call back. I'll be back.
It'd be nice if the runway actually rendered out there.
I am back.
Finally see the runway just like popped out of the fog at the last second.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, you still way back there.
Yeah, I could not see it for the life of me.
Jeez, you must have dropped back from me quite a bit. Can't even see it, so you're well over 50 behind me.
We'll just have to cane it from here back to Shep.
I'm only doing 130, 140.
Yarringwood traffic, Beach King, Golf Papa Lima on 2 mile final, runway 01. You're wrong.
What?
And once we land, I am going to try and find where the wind speed indicator in this plane is. I have no idea still.
Not sure either, eh?
There's a knob for it down near the autopilot, but it's changing something on the EFIS. I can't see it. You won't believe this. I cooked it entirely. I was seeing a road in the distance and just overflew it.
Jeez.
Mad shot. Alright, I'll just come and join you. Touch and go. think it was a bit weird that it wasn't rendering.
Wrong. You're like, why are there still no runway lights?
I was like, sitting here blaming X-Plane, and it's just me entirely off course by like 20 degrees.
These. That is me, I'm out here stolen out. Looking at my stream and looking back up at the ETA because we couldn't file ship to ship, so going up.
Yeah, right. What's adding that? That's
there's a stream tool part of toolkit, bottom left hand corner.
yeah, nice. Looking back at our track is just the loosest track.
Not at all in any direction. Just all over the place.
Yeah, I think it's defined as visual.
Not yet. Hey. They like congrats, man. I think in Shep they land actively by memory on 1.8 here.
Yeah, 1.8 sounds good.
Yeah, when you're like, we'll fly in a square. I don't think our shape is a square at all. I don't even know if it's a shape at all, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of square if you do the left-hand one, but the legs are a bit longer.
Mine looks more like a S that's been mangled into every other shape out there.
yeah, but Shep to like Tukamore and then Deniliquin and back, sort of a bit more boxy.
Probably descend a bit.
Hey, I found the wind speed indicator.
Where is it?
It's in the top right of the heading. But you need to change the nav data from ground speed to wind. So we got a 23 knot tailwind.
I don't even know where you're looking. Look, the heading on the
so
GPS
you see
says
where
TRK.
you've got your ground speed. That number changes. So your ground speed now 160, and once you change it over to wind, you get an indicator.
How do I change it to wind?
So down in your center console near your autopilot,
Yeah.
it's the left-hand knob outer. It's the heading knob, but the outer side of the heading knob in the center switches.
Ah.
Not the center panel, down on the center switches below the throttles.
Let me make sure I'm not crashing into the earth first.
Yeah.
A little bit off course.
Yeah, that's why my path kind of looks like a snake at this point. It's just look down. Oh, correct course. Look up.
Alright, disabled autopilot. What's it still on? So down where? In the autopilot area?
Yeah. So down in the autopilot area,
Yeah.
where the heading knob is on the left-hand side,
Yeah.
it's the outer switch. So the outer switch, the left-hand most position is ground speed, and then right one is wind speed.
Banking 1000.
What?
Sync rate.
I'm getting every alert under the sun.
Yeah, just beeps and.
It's
whatnot,
like
just
bank
making
angle 1000. I was just diving. Yeah, I set it for it now, but it hasn't changed my thingo. I think. Still displaying ground speed. Oh well.
No, there you go. Yeah, so it's like 5 knots westerly. See the arrow is there now?
Ah,
It's really
yeah,
hard
yeah,
to
yeah.
spot though. You have to know that that's the thing that changed.
Yep. And I'm coming in on the wrong end of Shep, so I now need to go around. And climb a bit too.
Oh yeah, wind is gonna mean landing on 3.6 anyway, I think.
Is it?
Uh, let's see if the VATSIM weather actually lines up with real world.
Well, I guess I'm doing a loop then. I'm so busy trying to find the wind indicator.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, what is the wind? I don't know. I just don't need to land though either.
I can see you now, so hopefully we're not going to crash. How far out are you?
6 miles. I'll overfly and join the circuit anyway.
Your knowledge of pilot is much higher than mine.
Only just though. It's very rough.
My joining the circuit is like, yeah, Not very well. Down at 1100 feet now. Hopefully we won't run into each other.
I'm up at 3600.
You have a very rapid descent. You can land on runway 36. Should be cleared off it by the time you get down here.
Yeah, it's too easy.
If I can find it again. There it is. Echo Yankee X-ray to Shepparton traffic on short final for runway 36. Yeah, when I first started on VATSIM, I was so scared to talk on the radio. Now I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's weird, eh? How even though it's just VATSIM, you're still like, oh god, I don't want to key this bike.
Yeah, that's it. Well, the first guy that I like had on the ATC, he was a real jerk.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm studying to do that more than anything. And yeah, like, you gotta be good for the newbies. Like, you know, there's guys who are coming in, they have no idea what the stars are. Like, they're taking off out of Sydney and they're like, well, that's completely cooked it, but here's a vector for you.
Yeah, that's it. We'll have to go around anyway. That fucked up. Thought it was 3.6 I was landing on, but it's actually 1.8. I'm joining the pattern now.
Actually see the runway, even though it should be visual.
It'll be off to your left just a little bit, I imagine. Well, I mean, looking at the map, if that's showing your correct location, you are heading completely the wrong direction.
Yeah, I mean, coming in from the south, I should see it off my left wing, but it is absolutely not where it's...
You are flying currently away from the airport in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I was going to extend south to come in on 3.6, but I can't see it.
Thinking.
Oh well, I'll turn base and see if I can find it. And if not, I'll just go around.
I think I would be coming in for 1.8. Based on where I am now.
Yes. Yeah, if you want to land 1.8, I'll just go around. I'll try and actually get it visual. Seems a reasonable thing to do first.
You better start descending on a very
Thinking.
impressive rate. We're gonna overspeed like a motherfucker.
200 knot landings are the way.
Yes. Getting bank angle notifications constantly.
Ah, I found it. Look at that.
I think it's under me.
Yeah, visual.
Yeah, you just land. I'm coming around to you. was far too high. Well, I think I can safely take back what I said before about us both being somewhat pilot knowledge.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is we're cooked.
This is my third loop over the airport.
Shepard traffic, Beach King, Golf Papa Lima, 3 nautical mile final for runway 36, Shepard.
I think Shep in real life actually does have ATC coverage.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look super major, but
Actually, I think Melbourne Centre covers Shep.
oh man, Shep is actually major. We got Pappies and everything, of which I am 4 reds. So, whoops.
Or red, nearly dead.
That's fine, you know.
Yeah, I mean, well, Shep's got like 70,000 people in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent length runway as well.
Yeah. We got one rich guy here with a private jet.
There's always got to be one.
Yeah, that's it.
So coming in on 3.6, there are trees literally from where you're coming in on the glide slope. You just see tree and then the threshold.
Yeah, that's it. Don't worry, those trees are actually there in real life. Are you still on the runway?
Yeah.
Open traffic, Echo Yankee X-ray on 10 mile final for runway 36.
Shepard traffic, King Air, Golf Papa Lima, clear runway 36, Shepard.
My god, my ground handling. This thing is all over the shop. It is awful.
Flaps down. Oh no, what is my trim wheel doing? Come on. Trim wheel. There we go. Yeah, runway inside. Leopard on traffic. Go Yankee X-ray on 3 mile final. Runway 3. Yep. Hopefully I butter this landing. You can see me coming in, can't you?
Audience now, mate.
Audience now? Don't tell me that. Oh no, I've overshot this.
Oh, he's low.
20, 10.
I didn't die. Bit rough.
It's pretty good. Certainly better than mine.
Drops back to further a bit. Run traffic, Echo Yankee X-ray, clear of runway 3. It's 3-4, but anyway.
Yeah, so my landing in ship was by far the worst.
Out of all of them.
Yep,
What was it?
550 I think.
Mine was 601.
Yeah, it was, and it was about 500 feet too soon.
Oh, I might change to the Cessna and we'll just do circuit landings here.
Yeah, that's good.
Where are we? Where's the little Cessna at? Which one is it? Is it G100 or the Skyhawk?
They're both the same. The G1000s, I prefer them over the 530, but yeah, it
Oh well, we'll fly a G1000
whatever
then.
works.
Flight. How do we file a flight plan for this?
I guess it'd just be Shepparton, and then in the remarks, just circuits.
Yeah, but you can't file a flight plan. Shepparton on SimBrief. Unless I file it directly.
Have a look. Yeah, I've just been filing direct through Xpilot.
Generate new flight plan then. SHD. Shepparton. Alright, that's not 132. What's the code for that? Is it just C172?
Yeah, C1772. 172. Sorry, too many sevens. The Extreme Edition 172.
Extreme edition. Jesus. When I just filed that then, I accidentally put in touch and go circus.
Nice.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be wrong, but... What's it doing?
Man, is your aircraft code C172? Because you're like PC12 for me. my CSLs are toast.
Yeah, it's the C172. Oh, I haven't reconnected to the thingo yet. So VATSIM. Has it updated for you now?
Yeah, but not yet. Yeah, there we go. You're like Crockett.
What's the flight level?
It's usually 1,000 feet for circuits, but here that leaves us like 700 feet off the ground, so I'd probably call it 1,300.
Cruise speed of 280. I doubt that.
If you can achieve 280, I would be very, very impressed.
Let's we'll go 160.
Yeah, I think they max out like 120, 124 for cruise. Yeah, okay, so the way to file it in Sim Toolkit is YSHT and then DCT direct, and then just shepherd it again.
Hold on. So you go create from scratch, generate new flight, then DCT.
Yeah, so let me just kill this start again. Yeah, in flight planning, I've been using the create from route because that interface is way easier.
Oh, okay. We can try that.
So then flight planning and then create from route, just chuck in YSHT and space DCT and space YSHT.
Flight planning, find route. Wait, so you go flight planning.
Yep.
And then what are you clicking? Create from route.
Yeah, in the create from route, just chuck the route in. So just shepherd it and then DCT for direct. And then
Unable
shepherd
to
it
resolve ICAO DCT.
so you need shepherd it in first, so YSHT.
Try this again. So YHST space DCT. Or do I just put YSHT in and then click create and then put DCT somewhere?
Yeah, so direct is just like you can use it to string together anything.
Yeah, so in that create from root, do I just put YSHT?
Yes, yeah, so that's your start and end route. Well,
Yep.
start and end.
Alright, so we'll do that, and then DCT, that. Fly now. Doesn't want to work for me.
That's a pain.
So in the box that pops up after,
Yep.
it should just say YSHT in it, yeah?
Yeah, it should give you YSHT as your start and destination.
Doesn't want to work. Interesting. Oh well. It's filed on it's filed.
Yeah,
Filed on VATSIM.
that's the main one.
Oh well, guess we get this started. Master bat on. Avionics. Parking brake is set. Mix to full lean. Lights will turn the beacon. Landing. And nav lights on. And taxi as well. And we're started. Flaps to the first notch. I love how easy this one is to start though, hey?
It is so much easier. You see why it's a trainer. The QNH still 1013. Yeah, it's pretty much bang on.
I don't know how to change it in this one, I've never done it.
So on your altimeter, it's the same, that little knob on the left, but if you're showing 380 feet, then you're set. Sorry, if you pan right, so the altimeter in the center console, rightmost.
Is that right?
Oh, actually, you can set it on the G1000 as well. It tells you your 2.5. Yeah, so if you click on the PFD button, fourth from the left at the bottom of the G1000.
Yep.
And you can set altitude units back to HPA or whatever.
Ah, yep. Very fine.
It's a barrow switch for it. The G1000, once you get used to it, is actually kind of nice. I see why they use it now.
So where's the thing to actually change that though?
So if you click the PFD button, the fourth one along at the left, along the bottom column.
Yeah, okay, I got that. There we go.
Yeah, and then
1013.
alt unit. And then the barrow is the third knob from the top on the right hand side.
Yeah, got it. Sorted.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stream's laggy, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's alright. I know the YouTube's got a bit more of a delay on it than Twitch. But, I mean, I got 1,000 odd followers on Twitch, but I needed to get into YouTube for the flight sim.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh well, I'll start streaming on it, and then once I get it all sorted, I might do some offline flights and record them and just edit and upload sort of thing.
Yeah.
And guides and stuff, because I mean I'm learning, so as I learn I can come up with easier ways of doing things and understanding everything. So like, yeah, I didn't know how to do the IFR until yesterday. I've only been playing VATSIM for 3 or 4 days, I think.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah.
So, yeah, yesterday, if you could have seen that landing, you would have been like, holy shit.
There's been some wild ones, man.
Oh,
the
mate.
shade that just like
One of the I'll see whether I can find it on Twitch. One of my clips, I come in almost sideways, just crabbing like crazy. I couldn't even get it to the center line. I was like, I just have to put it down.
I have to admit, that was something I was really impressed with in X-Plane, where you're like, wow, I can feel myself having to crab to stay on the center line. Like, that's nuts. That's so good.
Yeah, that's it. Where are we?
Shit.
Clips. Actually, no, it wasn't a clip, it was a highlight in a stream. When was that? Like 2 hours something. Now share to there with that timestamp and send to you on Discord. There you go. Hopefully that'll load the timestamp for you. I don't know why the title's playing golf, but I played golf with friends after that. If you've played that, it's good fun. Yeah, it was pretty insane landing. Very, very rough. I come in way off the runway first, and then accidentally swapped to external camera, and I couldn't get it back in the cockpit. So I was like, "All right, we're landing external." The turbulence on the way in, you'll see in the wings, it was insane.
Oh man, that is all over the shop.
There was no ATC on, and ATIS wasn't working, so I couldn't get the proper winds and things.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, if you use what have you got for the weather plugin?
it's just default X-Plane weather.
Yeah, right.
It just pulls it from real world.
There's the NOAA GFS weather plugin that gives you like a nearby METAR station, which is pretty handy for like winds near me. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you can pull them out of VATSIM. Like you can just right click on the airports and get your details that way.
Oh, okay.
Far out, man. This is off jobs.
Yeah, I wish I was in first person for it and went back so I could watch it back. But
I mean, external almost is better though as well, because it's just oscillating all over the place.
yeah, and like it wasn't even me that was causing that. The wind was just everywhere.
I tried doing some landings with like heavy gusts, and it is ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, that was up until last night when I landed in Sydney. That was by far the hardest landing I've done.
Yeah, man, well done. That was
But
good stuff.
Sydney last night, like I said, if you could have seen that, it was pouring rain. It looked like I was in Star Trek. Like all the rain was just flying past my screen. And then yeah, landed with a massive crosswind, and visibility was down to like 500, 600 meters. So, alright, well I'm ready to go when you are, so.
Yeah, oh well, we may as well kick it off 3.6 again, because I think the wind's still much the same.
Yeah, off 3.6, so turning back towards your way, or the same way we did last time?
Yeah, taxi back right, and we'll head down.
Righto. Well, I will take the parking brake off. And we'll give it a little bit of throttle.
I was gonna say, if anything, this will be fun to watch how just ridiculous my ground steering is.
At least when you're in that, your propeller's moving for me.
Yeah, yours is working too.
But in the other one, it's just solid.
Oh, this is fun. I have like AI animated traffic just like scooting between the two of us.
What do you use for like visuals and things? You just got like pretty much default everything and then a couple of airports, or?
There was a like Australia VFR pack. I'll try and find it.
I downloaded Australia Pro or something. It was like
Yeah.
a whole bunch of downloads. I've got that, but yeah, like I currently have nothing for AI traffic or anything like that. It's all just whatever's default.
Yeah, I think the pack includes some traffic layers. So they're just.
Are we meant to exit here? Hope not.
I think we can taxi all the way to the end.
In real life, yeah, there's actually another runway. I don't seem to have it. One main runway, but then there's like a gravel strip. Oh.
Yeah, I see it on the CASA charts. The 0927 one that like crosses the bitumen one.
Yeah. Brake. Yeah. What was my call sign again? Oh, Yankee X-ray, wasn't it? And what runway are we?
36.
Shepparton traffic, Echo Yankee X-ray, departing runway 36 to the north. Minor moving. Parking brakes on.
And then the circuit pattern is basically a west turn and then back around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to be a pilot in real life, but I don't know whether you've seen. I've only got the one hand.
Yeah, I only have one eye, so it's pretty much out for me as well, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, it turns out PPO it'd be fine, but any commercial work is pretty much out, so it's like, what's the point?
Yeah. That's what I wanted to do, commercial flying, more than private.
It's too expensive to do it privately, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shepparton traffic, Golf Papa Lima, lining up runway 36, Shepparton.
Shepparton traffic, Echo Yankee X-ray, here runway 16. Not 16, is it?
I mean, I guess now you flew it backwards, yeah.
Oh well. We'll get there eventually.
It's all practice.
Yeah, I actually watch them fly the circuit from my house because I live not far from the airport here. You actually,
Yeah, nice.
you'll fly over my house after you take off and do the turn to the west. And they generally practice stalling over my place.
Oh, that's encouraging.
Yeah, good fun watching a plane drop, 200-300 feet, and then engine all of a sudden straight back on. It's good fun.
Shepparton traffic, Cessna, Golf Papa Lima, clear runway 36, Shepparton.
Or are you landing on and land and take off 3.6?
Yeah, pretty well.
I'm just making a racket in the background. Huh? Good. Might be noisy then. Yeah, flying in VR I find is really like fun. It's like as you take off, you look down, and you get that feeling.
Yeah, I think that's the bit where you'd be like, yeah, this makes it.
Yeah, it makes it worth it. But the only problem is like you really strain your eyes in VR because everything's so much harder to read.
Of course.
I think, well, you know, it could just be the fact that I have the first gen Rift.
Yeah, like, I guess that's the thing, looking at some of the headsets now, the screens in them are pretty amazing. I just get salty because I'm like, man, can I turn off half of these displays because I don't need them and I want the frame rate back, please?
Yeah. Well, see, when I'm running VR, like I've got two 4K monitors. I just turn them off when I'm in VR,
Yeah, fair enough.
and then it's only rendering the one screen. Echo Yankee X-ray, 2 traffic, 3 mile final runway. That's so zoomed in, holy shit. I was far too high for this. Oh well. Big nosedive fixed it.
Oh yeah, you really do climb a bit with that tailwind if you're not watching.
Yeah. I hit, I think it was 3,500 or something.
I did think you were pretty high.
Echo Yankee X-ray to show traffic clear runway 36. Yeah, so as you
Traffic, Cessna Golf Papa Lima, 3 mile final, runway 36, Shepton.
as you take off, you'll fly over that first initial road.
Yeah.
And then if you have a look at the second one, I think. No, sorry, the third. You'll see like a bunch of random ass roads off to the left. That's actually a shopping center.
I'm looking forward to seeing how 2020 goes with like the satellite maps of just random places. I reckon it's going to be actually pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm keen to find first, because like I obviously want to learn the small planes in the new one before I try and do anything major.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm sticking
I've
in
never
some,
flown
VFR
the
practice here.
A320 either, so I don't know how to start that or anything yet. So yeah.
we picked an airport with a happy to land on.
What was that?
At least we picked doing circuits at a runway with happies.
Yeah. Up until earlier today, I didn't know what that was, but now I get it.
yeah. Once you know what it is, you're like, ah, man, this is a really useful tool.
I don't know what it actually stands for. So, I know what it does.
Like, precision assisted pilot indicator or something. VASI, I can't remember the acronym for it.
Yeah, I flew the Cessna from Shep to Melbourne the other day. It was the longest flight I've ever done.
It's good fun, man, to just take them through the middle of a major airport, and you're like, well, this is wrong, but anyway, I'm doing it.
Well, at the moment, you're allowed to. They're they're doing a lot of real life stuff at Melbourne Airport and Sydney and stuff, which you'd never get done during normal operations, of course.
Shipment traffic, Cessna 172 Golf Papa Lima, clear runway 36.
Oh, the dodgiest climb out though. Way too slow and then flaps retract. It's like, oh god, this is not climbing at all.
I didn't understand what the runway numbers actually meant, but then I think it was day before yesterday, someone was like, oh, by the way, the runway numbers are actually the heading.
Yeah, the thing that stuffs me up is when you're thinking about wind and the runway, I seem to get it inverted each time, where like you really have to consciously think it's the other end.
Yeah, that's it. But the Shepparton pattern during good weather is actually really nice. I had a family friend a few years back, was a pilot. Unfortunately, he died in a plane crash, but went with him a couple of times. It was fun.
Yeah, nice.
He took off from Shep and had an engine failure and fucking nosediving in the ground.
Christ, that's not what you need.
No, definitely not.
Alright, I'm on downwind.
Echo Yankee X-ray to Shepparton traffic. 3 mile final for runway 36.
So I guess have they have you, or do you know the reason for the pattern names?
Not really.
So the beginning, when you take off, the first turn is into crosswind. It makes sense when you think the way you take off is always into a headwind. So when you're first turning 90 degrees is into a crosswind, and then downwind is obviously a tailwind, the opposite direction to what you took off. Base is effectively another crosswind leg as you turn across the bottom onto the final, but they call it base rather than crosswind, which is the other end. When you think about it with wind, it all makes sense, but the words don't actually mean much until you see it that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go around. I was too busy listening. I was like, you'll see what I tried to do on my stream in a second. Just tries to nosedive back into it.
which I was paying no attention. I'm now flying the wrong way down the final, so I'll just fix that.
Easy. Yeah, I can't wait for the new sim for to see what all this looks like at night. Because normally, when I fly here at night, it's just the runway that you can see. That's it.
The night lighting looks incredible.
Yeah,
like
I watched
the way they've done lighting full
I
stop.
think it's Squirrel's video.
Yeah.
His night VFR flight. I was like, holy fuck.
I did my drone license here a little while ago, which it's very strange when you do a quad rotor course and they make you fly circuits. Like, you have to know what a circuit is.
Yeah.
So you're like, yes, I'm going to fly circuits with this Mavic. Okay.
Oh, so have you actually been to Shep before, have you?
Nah, not Shep itself. We did the course in Sydney, but like, you're basically out at Bankstown. Not doing full circuits, but there's just plenty of land out there. So
Yeah.
the guy who had his PPL was like, well, okay, he is flying circuits above us, and we are flying very, very small circuits in a box.
Shipment in traffic, Cessna Golf Papa Lima, 2 mile final, runway 36. Shipment.
Yeah, my first light on this, like I was saying, the guy just gave me shit for it because I took ages to try and organise the readback and then completely fucking ruined it.
Man, you should have seen my first flight into Sydney with approach running. I got to about 400 feet because trying to sort the autopilot out and whatnot, it was just not having a bar of it.
Yeah, I did that, and then the guy just like tore me to shreds. I was like, bro, this is my first flight. No, you should know this before you fly and stuff. I was like, Jesus. And then thankfully there's a few nice blokes in the Discord, and they helped me get sorted, so now I sort of know a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the stars and whatnot take a bit of practice, and I'm not sure anyone is going to pull you up for busting speed limits initially, but yeah, like, they've been pretty good.
Yeah, well, yesterday, I think I was doing 320 or something at like 9,000 feet.
Yeah, whoops.
Yeah, because I came in far too high, and I had to like do a 3,000 feet per minute drop to get down to where he wanted me by that point. Like, Jesus. But he didn't pull me up on it. I said, yeah, I'm just correcting that before anyway. So.
Oh man, I am way too high.
What are you doing to me?
Yeah, 600 feet at the threshold is a bit much.
Just a little bit. It'd be alright if we were facing clear weather at the moment though, eh? Almost on final now.
Alright. We did it, but far out.
Shipment traffic, Cessna 172 Golf Papa Lima, clear runway 36.
Yeah, these pedals, the ground steering is just like, as soon as I touch down, it's veering all over the runway. It's a mess.
Chevron traffic, Echo Yankee X-ray on 3 mile final for runway 36. So you going for your private pilot's license, are you?
I thought about it, but man, I was chatting with another guy who reckons just maintaining the currencies and whatnot is something like 12 grand a year, and you know, I like flying, but not that much.
Yeah.
But nah, I'm in comms for volunteering, but I want to try and do a comms job in Antarctica, and down there the comms guys are actually the ATC as well, so I was like, well, a little bit of study can't hurt, plus it's good fun.
Yeah, that's it. I called 3 mile final, but I'm really like probably 6. I didn't realise.
You did seem a bit far out there.
I don't know why, but I thought the SHTNT was the runway for some reason. I don't even know what that stands for, to be honest.
Ah, SHTNT, yeah, it's part of the RNAV approach.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, the RNAV approaches have waypoints on either end of the runways. They're not stars. They're just the RNAV approach markers.
Yeah. So what's the goal for these runway markers? Are they meant to be all white or red?
So 2 and 2. Ideally, you're on the glide slope when you have 2 whites and 2 reds.
I think I have 3 whites and 1 red at the moment. Definitely a lot harder to see in X-Plane than they are in the new flight sim.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to it.
I'm pissed off because I actually got an invite to play, but it went in my junk folder, which I never checked.
Oh, robbed!
So I went looking for an email the other day. I think it was from VATSIM, and I was like, hold on, Microsoft Flight Sim. I opened it. It's like, here's your invite link to join the closed alpha. I was like, for fuck's sake!
Oh man, you'd
So-
have to be spewing.
I was, and then I clicked it, and I was like, surely it lets me join. It's like, sorry, the period for this has ended. And because I didn't actually log on and participate in the alpha, I don't get access to the closed current beta.
Ah, bugger.
So, oh well. Only 12 days before I can play the actual things. So, anyway.
Man, I really should take note of the actual headings I'm supposed to be flying rather than just like drifting
I'm just
over
flying,
the
to be
final
honest.
the wrong way.
I'm just flying. Still doing the circuit, but yeah, probably not as I'm meant to.
Yeah, this circuit that I'm flying looks like a triangle. There is no base.
Oh, 3 reds. 2 reds. Oh, the wind has shifted. That was a very hard landing.
Yeah, there is a wind speed reading with crosswinds in the G1000.
Don't worry, you'll see it when you come in.
Oh yeah, it's like a...
I didn't get it till I was
6
almost
knots.
on the ground, and it just hit me like a gust. Chevron and traffic, Echo Yankee X-ray, clear from my 36.
Shipment and traffic, Cessna 172 Golf Papa Lima, 3 mile final, runway 36, ship.
Not to mention that entire circuit was done with a notch of flaps in, so you know.
Making your job harder.
It's all going well.
I don't understand why Navigraph always logs me out in SimToolkit. Like every time I shut it.
I mean, Navigraph I only needed open once to update the AirAC, and then after that I haven't needed it.
No, I just normally like use it in SimToolkit Pro to look at the charts.
Ah, yeah, okay. I just use the VATSIM ATC to pull up the CASA charts.
I don't even know how to access that, to be honest.
So it's atc.vatsim, .vatpack.org. It's a Vatpack tool. Actually, I got a mad one for you. Part of the drone stuff, you actually need the VFR charts, and we just got an Oz Runway subscription, but the app actually includes a SIM connection, so I'm seeing X-Plane telling me where I am with Oz Runways, which is also where I get charts from, but was amazing find.
Oh, that's alright then. What am I actually looking for on this Vatpack thing?
So if you chuck in YSHT in the
airport.
code,
Yep.
and then hit search, you'll get the
YSHT.
meter and
Sure.
all the charts and procedures.
And what are we doing? Aerodrome chart? So what is the one I'm actually looking for?
The aerodrome chart will tell you just the runways. That's probably the most useful one for this.
The one that actually shows the circuit.
Nothing shows the circuit, that's the thing. So the circuit is just a VFR pattern.
Best part about my computer at the moment.
Shipment in traffic, Cessna 172 Golf Papa Lima, clear runway 36, shipment.
Sorry, I didn't realise you were about to do that.
That's alright, we skidded off the side of the runway and took off in the dirt, but you know,
That's
I'm
alright.
slowly figuring out this steering on the ground business. Like taxiing, it's fine, but just landing, I guess because the pedals are the rudder and also the nose wheel steering, it's
Are you using a controller as well?
Yeah, so the controller...
I have my right stick set so when I push it in, it flicks the steering mode to either just rudder or rudder and wheel.
that is probably a good call.
So yeah, I can adjust with the rudder without moving the wheel if that's set.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so from that ATC chart, you can find like the DME and non-precision approach charts.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so the RNAV approach is where that SHTNT track starts.
Ah, okay.
Well, actually, SHTNT is the exit. You come in from the north, which is, yeah, what you're saying. So the only RNAV approach into Shepparton is from runway 16.
1A. 360.
Yeah, sorry, 18.
Yeah, well, when they do their training flights, I know they take off the way we are. But any time any other aircraft is taking off, they seem to take off the other end. Like the larger aircraft. I don't understand why that is. But the standard approach for most of Shep is off the end of 18. The come in on 3.6 like we are.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's a taxiing thing. If the winds permit it, just, you know, blast off from whatever is the shortest taxi.
Yeah, maybe. At the moment, I'm just flying out to what is it? The marker FF008, then coming back around.
Yep.
Just because we got no other sort of thing, just remaining in the pattern sort of thing.
Yep, it's good as marker as any.
I just go out to there and then come in.
It is an open question for me actually how wide the circuit pattern should be, because, you know, like, you come in on a 3-mile final, do you basically stay 3 miles away the whole time? Because in Bankstown that's impossible. The Sydney clearance is like only like less than 1,000 feet or something insane. It's and they're like, oh yeah, pilot in command is responsible for maintaining that they don't enter Sydney. So like, what, you just pitch up at like 90 degrees as soon as you're off the ground and hook it around? It seems a bit insane.
I really hope that model matching in the new ones either automatic or a lot better.
Yeah, I hope that is something they've fixed.
Because like it's got a built-in multiplayer, so you would think that they'd think about things like that.
Yeah, but possibly not for VATSIM. Like on Xbox multiplayer, it probably is fine, but VATSIM clients will be a bit different.
Yeah, but it's coming out with VATSIM, like they're partnered with VATSIM, so.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. Echo Yankee X-ray on short final, 3-mile final, or runway 36. Short final. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. Oh, weather reload. A little bit of a crosswind at the moment. Bigger than the last approach. Crabbing it.
Yeah, from where I'm looking at you, you're like well off in the weeds.
No, I'm pretty straight with it. It's just it's pushing me off to the other side. So who controls the puppy indicators? At the airport, or?
Nothing. They're actually passive lenses. It's all optical.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually very cool. It's kind of like the carrier lights if you've seen the way they do those. But yeah, basically all of the light indicators are the same principle, where there's a red and white light, and it just depends where you're looking at it from.
Yeah. Echo Yankee X-ray 27 in traffic, clear of runway 36. Oh, it's raining now.
the best time to be training.
Picked a shocking day for this though, eh?
Yeah, it's not great. But I mean, when you only need to get up 1500, it's still VMC, I guess, technically.
Yeah. Suppose we could probably just stick inside the 3 mil, at the 3 mile approach. Really, can't you? 3 mile radius, should I say?
Shepparton traffic, Cessna 172, Golf Papa Lima, clear runway 36. Shepparton.
Yeah, I have tried that, but you kind of end up skirting really close to it when you fly past, and then sort of, yeah, I guess that is how the circuit gets an oval shape. You feel a bit close to it.
Yeah. Didn't even hear you say you were coming in for landing then. I just heard clear of runway
yes,
36.
I may not have called that. I was a scrub. Yeah, for a moment I wasn't sure whether my ex-pilot client had like lagged or not, and then I saw you lifting off again and I was like, oh okay, I really am 1 mile behind you.
Yeah, that landing then, that was much nicer. It's negative 18.
Yeah, I got 123, 192, 138, 100. Yeah, I guess it's fairly consistent. It is interesting though, like initially when you first fire it up, you're like, surely running circuits in a Cessna is very boring, but then you go back and try and do a visual approach, like in Sydney, one of the controllers is like, oh yeah, no worries, we'll just get you to come in visual, not ILS. So like, okay, fine, as a challenge I'll fly this visual. Yeah, you do that much nicer after you've practiced a bit.
Yeah, that's it. I was like me into Melbourne last night for the last flight. Like, oh yep, just let me know once there's visuals established. And then when I was like 600 meters out, he gave me a wind update, and I was like, fuck. Do you do much of ATC on this?
Nah, so I still need to get my pilot hours up. So you need to do 50 hours for pilot.
Ah, okay.
So I think I'll be close, but probably still another week or so. Done the study, but yeah, need to get hours, which is like, oh, fine.
Yep. Shepparton traffic, Echo Yankee X-ray. on 3 mile final, runway 36. Yeah. Getting harder and harder each bloody time to see the runway.
Yeah, well, maybe we call it quits.
Shit, I am so high right now. Dive. All flaps to slow us down for this one. Oh, we can land at this one and see whether there's another airport that's better weather conditions.
Yeah, I might have to hit the road anyway, so put it down and then yeah, go from there.
Good. Chapman traffic, Echo Yankee, X-ray, clear of runway 3. Now you have the audience.
Yeah, watch this go completely sideways.
Are you on approach now?
Just turning final.
Just turning around so I can see you.
Shepard traffic, Cessna 172 Golf Papa Lima, 5 mile final, runway 36.
Yeah, one thing I hope VR helps with is like missing the center line entirely coming out of a turn, because you just have no idea where it actually is.
Yeah. We are all switched off. Free cam to watch this landing get absolutely butted. Or are you gonna fuck it up?
Obviously, toast it.
So the stage before buttering, got it.
Yeah, you know, flames, smoke, all that jazz.
Yeah, yep. Heavy smoke from the brakes. Looking like you got a bit of a crosswind now. From my angle anyway.
Yeah, it's 3 knots, just enough to put an angle on.
A little bit high, but
You say that, I got 3 reds.
yeah. Looks like you're still at like 3,000 feet.
Yeah, no, I'm 900.
Okay. Yeah, definitely dropping now. I think it was just because I was zoomed in a bit. One thing I don't understand with the Cessna is there's 2 landing lights, but there's only ever one on the wing.
Yeah, they're in the same fixture. One's flare and one's landing, but they're both in that offset like position.
Yeah, right. So weird, before I was flying over my house on the sim, and another plane was flying over at the same time.
That immersion.
Yeah, I was like, geez, that's real. Jeez, I'd hate to see some of the landings if that was true. They'd still be cleaning up. Looks like you might butter this, mate. Buttered it,
Floated
mate.
a little bit, but
You can watch that back on the stream if you like.
yeah, it's just laggy enough actually. Yeah. My God, the spray when it lands.
Yeah. Like you're about to run into me.
Yeah, the turbo's a bit weird. But anyway. Right, what number do we have? 47. The speeds are fairly consistent though, 50 knots, fastest 52 and lowest 48.
Was for some reason stuck in. I still am. Okay. Can't seem to rotate my camera. Oh well.
Oh well. Alright, well thanks for the circuits, my friends. That was fun.
It's alright. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll have to try and do that again sometime too. Alrighty, chat. I think I'm gonna end it there for now. I don't know whether I'll be live again today. It all depends on whether Tom wants to fly tonight or not. If we are, well, I'll see you then. If not, I will catch you probably tomorrow in the next stream. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you then.